Yes, we are. We are back out at our favourite spot, the bush settlement. And I'm sorry if you've tired of coming out here every video, but I guess you can't blame me. It's a beautiful, peaceful location, and we've found some brilliant finds out here, really. When I first came out here, I wasn't sure what to expect and whether I'd find much, and you know, some days I don't find much, but overall it's been a very rewarding place. And even though it has been detected and bottle diggers have been out here, and you know, I thought there mightn't be a lot left, but poking a bit further field and in the scrub and that, and even just where it should have been detected, found a lot of lovely things. So we're probably going to keep coming out here. Anyway, I hopped out of the car, and on the track I found something. It's not a tooth, it's a piece of clay pipe. So it's always nice when you spy one of those on the ground. It's a bit of a wider bit, so probably up near the pipe, and has got some writing on it. Probably not a complete word, but LAS, and I think it's G. I don't know what else, so LASG. So whether we can work out what make it was from that fragment, I don't know, but if I can, I'll put it on the screen here. If not, well, it's a bit of clay pipe, so one day hopefully I'll find a bowl or something, but until then I'm quite happy finding the fragments. So that's a surface find to start our day. Now I'm just making my way over to where I found the well, in here I found the buttons and that buckle thing last time, and the what we now know is a back of a stud, the West's Patent spring-loaded stud holder thing. And up this way, where's my hand? Up that way is where I found the crown, the half crown, the glory of my year, I think, detecting. So we are going to search this area where we found the crown, because you gotta go back to where you had your glory. So we're going to do this area today, and I'm on my way up to there, and I had a 1617 here, and we have got a copper nail. Well, at least it's a straight one. I don't mind finding those. They're beautiful old things. The old square nail. Up this hill here I've been just digging heaps of nail heads and little washers and stuff, all about 16 to 20 sort of numbers. So it's just scattered all in here. So whether that tells you there used to be a workshop of some sort up here, I don't know. But I had another 16 down here, and we have got a button, and it has got writing on it. So let's have a look. That says D. Morris, Ararat. So that's rather cool. And button from Ararat. So I'll do a bit of research on him if I can, and maybe we'll have a bit more info in the clean up at the end. But anyway, Ararat. I may as well show you one of them, but this is what I'm digging at the moment. Just all these signals, which just get my shovel out of the way. They're all good signals, but you know, 18, 19, 20. I'm fairly quiet because I do believe it'll be another little washer. a little, I don't know, rivet nail sort of washer. I've just been digging heaps of them, so I'm rather confident that's what this is going to be. Probably take me an hour to find it now, but well, get a bit more dirt out. And such tiny things, problem. Anyway, getting closer. So that is what I'm doing at the moment, is digging a heap of these. And they're quite annoying to find because they are quite tiny. They're not your normal size washers, they're like a little nail one. But they still ring up like a nice 18, 19, 20. So anyway, that's what I'm digging. I just thought I'd show you one, but I've dug, I don't know how many now, but they're all up and down here. But you got to dig them because they're good numbers and they could be a coin. So we'll persevere and then hopefully something good will turn up eventually. Had a 15 down here, and that to me looks like a clip off the back of a buckle. Could be something else, but that's sort of what it looks like. Would have been bronzed onto the back like that and clipped onto the other side. So, you know, quite often when you find a buckle, that bit will drop off fairly easily. So we found a little clip. Can we find the buckle to go with it? Let's hope so. Anyway, I think that's what that is, but it's a little clip off something. There's one of our nails. But what I did spy here is a little bead. It's not black, it is blue. So a little blue bead. Quite a pretty one. Had a 20 down here. Probably see that there. Bit of glass and a suspender buckle. It's folded out, that one. It's a bit unneat of them, not to lose it folded up nicely. If you give them a little wiggle, you can probably fold him up for him. Maybe. Without breaking anything. Anyway. There we go. Back to good again. You can see up the top there, Paris. And I've no doubt somewhere here it'll say solid or whatever the word is. Bit of noisy bikes around today, but anyway, we've got a Paris suspender buckle and it still works in working order. And sort of a 19, 18 down here. I was giving you a bit of a chase, but I've stuck my shovel in down the hole and lifted up, and I think we may have got it now. So it looks rather round. Is it a coin? It looks like it, doesn't it? It does indeed. So I reckon that will be a Britannia halfpenny. But without further guesses on my part, let's give it a clean. I'll just turn that off. Let's give it a clean and see if we can get a date. Be back in a tick. Well, I'm midway through cleaning, but I was wrong. It's not a Britannia. But just look at that, don't know whether it's wood or what it is, straw stuck to it. It's like it's been buried in a, like a cow manure or something. It's just got this strawy wood stuff fibre on it, which is unusual. But I haven't quite finished cleaning it yet, but look at this. Ooh, look at that. Now, I can see a glint of goldy colour there. It's got a hole here, and it has got a serrated edge. I do believe that is a Spade token gaming piece thing. I believe that's what that is. A gold gilded Spade token. So, this stuff's sort of sticking, but I'll get back with the brush and clean it off, and I'll see what she looks like a bit later. So I'll keep cleaning, but it's just interesting. It's caked in this sort of organic fibrey stuff, which, you know, you kind of wonder where and what it was buried with. Maybe a horse swallowed it. Anyway, we'll keep cleaning. We'll come back in a minute. Well, there's that side. It's got a beautiful gold gleam to it. I'll have to remember what all that says later, but you can just see down the bottom there, 1768, I think. So that, of course, is a fake date because it's only a gaming token, so they just put a dummy date on there. But as for this side, I still cannot get that stuff off, so gonna have to wait till later, and I'll give it a bit of a soak and a scrub and a, don't know what I'll do, but I'll try and get that off. But I don't know what on earth that was buried in or with, but whatever it was certainly sticking to it. But that is a very, very cool find. I don't know if you remember, I did find one of those out here quite a few videos back now, but I didn't know what on earth it was, but now that I've found one, when they do pop up, I know what they are now. So, a gaming token, and it is a copy of the Spade Guinea, which was a gold coin, so it's been gold gilded, that one. But she's just copper with a gold gilding. And anyway, I'll put some more info up at the end of the video, and hopefully a bit of a cleaner photo. Chasing a 17 down here, and I may have answered the question of what the token was buried with, because I found a shell, which I don't know, assume it's some kind of edible shell or mussel, but anyway, so I found a shell, and I also found a big old dinosaur bone. So maybe that token was buried with someone's horse or whatever bone that is. It's a nice chunk of bone. So anyway, perhaps the token was buried with the pet horse. But my 17 was a piece of a shoe cap, and that one has actually still got a little bit of leather attached just there. So a bit of the sole, I suppose. Anyway, so we might be digging at the kitchen waste dump site, maybe. But anyway, if they threw tokens out with their kitchen scraps. I won't mind detecting here. Still finding bones. They've all been cut, so they've obviously been someone's dinner. They're a lovely brown colour. Bones, crockery, more shell, and that was our signal we were digging. Some kind of bit off a ruler. Can see the little markings there, and it's got a couple of little pins to hold it onto something, maybe some wood or something. A button sandwich. I think it's a button. Looks like one. It was a 16, so it should be. Anyway, we will. Maybe we can just clean him up now. The dirt drops off. Yeah, there is writing there, so I'll get the brush onto him and I'll be back in a tick and see what we've got. Had a suspicion it might be, and it is a double ring edge with the fancy writing. So a bit harder to read, but double ring edge. So quite a common button, but they are a nice solid button. So let's keep going. I keep digging these and thinking, it's a bowl of a spoon, but it's more of the shells. So there's a lot of those around here. Someone had some good feasts of mussels by the looks of things. I've got a 14 down here. Just trying to find it. Looks like maybe a little button. So see if we can see what's on it, if anything. There's something there. It's just small writing. So we'll give him a clean and we'll try and get some sunlight on him and see what it says. Not the brightest sunlight ever, but we've got a bit of sunlight. That says Sanders and Company, Melbourne. I do believe I've found that one before, but anyway, it's a nice little button. Sanders and Company, Melbourne. So sort of a little sleeve type size button. A 12 down here, and we've got a little flat, thin little button. So I don't know if it's got anything on it. I'd nearly guess it will be plain, but we will just, well, I might even just dirty ourselves and give it a rub. Oh no, we have got writing. I know what it is. It's Our Own Make button. That way might be better. I didn't actually know they had that little bit of pattern down the bottom there. I can get it to focus for us. A little 5 dots down there, a little flower or whatever it is. Didn't actually know they had that there. But anyway, Our Own Make. Little thin, flat button. Well, a lot of signals have been, reasonably deep, pinpoint length sort of thing, and there's been a lot that have just been under the leaves and sort of scratch aside the leaves and then the signals over here and trying to find it, which was the case here. And can you see that? It's not an oyster shell this time. We've actually got a spoon. A teaspoon, and someone was really hungry and bit the whole spoon. Anyway, a brass teaspoon under the leaves here, so kind of blends in well. Now I'm really not covering a lot of ground, which is, nothing wrong with that. There is just a lot of signals in here, so I'm just going really slowly and digging everything I can get. So I'm gonna have to come back and do it all again, because I've no doubt I've missed stuff, as thorough as I've tried to be. But anyway, I'm just digging anything I can find, and got a 10 down here, and I've got another button. So I don't know what this one's going to be. It might be another Our Best, Our Own Make or something. We'll see if we can have a look. Best Ring Edge, that one is. So we've got the trio now. We've got a double ring edge, we've got a best ring edge, and we've got Our Own Make. And that's sort of three of the pretty common ones. I spy with my eye something starting with B, but it's not bead. It is button. This started off as a 17 sort of number, and we're down to an 8, and we found a little button. So I'm not sure what happened to our 17. I'll have to check the hole and make sure there's nothing else hiding in there. But let's see what this button is. If there's actually anything on it. Might just be a plain one by the looks. Pretty sure it is. So just a plain one for a change. Couldn't find anything. I filled everything back in, and then our 17 came back. So I dug it out again, and this time we found him. Jolly thing hiding from us. So that's all it was. A bit off a rivet or something. So gave us a good old chase, but anyway, we found a button. If nothing else for our trouble. Looks like a bit off a lantern where the wick goes through, or a money slot. Don't think we've done any live digs this afternoon, so we might do one now and see what this is. Rather nice numbers for a little threepence, but it'll probably be a washer. But anyway, too good a numbers not to live dig it. So let's see what comes up here. Let's see if we've got him. I think we have. It's a bit jumpy. So I'm kind of losing hope in my threepence somehow. It's going to be a jolly rivet, isn't it? There we go. Under this tree here, I've just dug 2 buttons, and I still had a signal. We've got another waist suspender buckle. So Paris again, and you can see on that one the solode, or however you say that other word. There we go. SOLIDE. Anyway, lovely little buckles they are. So we'll put him with his mate. Under this tree, I've got 2 buttons and that suspender buckle, and I still had a signal here. Finally found it, and it's not a button, it's a little gonna say lead disc. So I have found about 3 or 4 of those out here, not in this particular spot but out here. So no idea what they are. They're lead and they got a little concave on that side. So, don't know. But the exciting thing is there was something else in this hole. Something non-metal. And it's that. And I don't think it's bone. I think that is a piece of clay pipe. So we'll give that a quick clean and make sure there's nothing on it. But that is a nice chunky bit. Well, she's certainly a bit of clay pipe, but there is no markings on that. You can see a little hole through it there. I'd nearly say that's just short of the pipe. It's sort of widening out, and it would have joined onto the bowl bit, the pipe bowl. So we're just stems away from finding a pipe bowl. So anyway, I don't think it's down here, but one day we might find one. I had a sort of a 17 here and got it out and it jumped right up to 20 something, and out of the same hole I've got this, and I'd love to know what these were, if anyone can tell me. I've found them before. Try and get a bit of the dirt off it. Don't know what they're made out of. Like a, you'd almost say plastic, but I don't think it's plastic. Bakelite, or I don't know what they're made out of. But anyway, try and get him cleaned up. They're sort of like, gently turned you off then. They're sort of like a crayon lid, but they're not. They're hard. And you can sort of see the end there's been shaped into a point, and it's sort of got ridgy bits around it. So I've no idea what they were, but I've found them before. I've found a full one, and it's basically the same on the other end. It goes down into a bit of a point. So they're very light, and they remind you of plastic, but I don't know that they're plastic. But I just don't know what they were off or for. It's just the fact that I keep finding them in old sites that I wonder what they were. Anyway, 17, and it jumped up to 20 something when I dug down. So whether there's something else blocking the signal here. But look at that. We may have hit a silver. Well, not hit it, but found a silver. So let's give that one a clean and see what it is. We have got a young bun Queen Victoria. I'm sort of running out of sunlight at the moment, but there we go. So Queen Victoria there, and 1881. Look at that beauty. Some lovely detail there. So that is a nice little coin. About as good as you could ask them to be after 100 odd years in the ground. So Queen Victoria, threepence, 1881. I am still finding buttons. I'm sort of not filming them, but we've got another one with writing, best solid eyelets. So we're certainly doing the parade of buttons today. Well, here we are at the end, and we're going to show our finds cleaned up a little bit. And there is a few here that I found off camera because my phone went flat in the end. But anyway, we'll start up here with the non-metal items. Got a little blue bead, which I don't know if it is old or not. Possibly not, but anyway, it's a little blue bead. 2 bits of clay pipe. This one's just got a slight design starting there, but otherwise bit of fluff on it. Get rid of that. but otherwise plain, so I don't know what it was going up into, but and a Glasgow piece, and these things which I've found one of these before, and they're pointed on both ends. That's broken off there, but I don't know what they were or exactly what they're made out of, but probably never know. But anyway, they're very light, and they're like a Bakelite type of stuff, so I don't know what they were for. But anyway, I've got another one of those somewhere. We've got two Paris buckles, Paris, both the same, and I did find a lot more than this, but this is just a selection of copper nails, and I found a heap of those washer bits. We've got our spade guinea. These tokens are called a spade guinea token, copied off a spade guinea. Were made from about 1865 to 1901, and they were used as gaming tokens. This one says, "In memory of the good old days," and down the bottom it has the date of 1768. I had a lot of trouble getting the green stuff off this, and it's sort of left it rather pitted, but it says around there in Latin and English, "George III by the grace of God," and that's his depiction there. Got a little lead disc, which I don't know what they were, but I've found them before. Got a little bit of a concave in them. And I found this one, which I didn't know what it was. I just thought some kind of brass disky thing. But when I was cleaning it, I found it had writing on this side. And that is one of our little safety solitaire patent. So one of our little solitaire collar stud clips, and can't quite, I think it's a different design or something. It's not a West patent one like the other one. It's got some A and S or something up there. Now these solitaires are of a different patent, a different design than the one we found last time, the West patent one. These ones have got a hole through it, and the stud went in the hole and then clipped in, whereas the West patent ones have a shaft sticking up, and the stud has a hollow shaft and it slides over the pole. So just a different design. Let's go up here. These are the things I found after my phone went flat. A locket case, a brass one, a bit of gold gilding still in there, but otherwise pretty plain. Little plasticky Bakelite type button. I did find a Rue halfpenny, but it's been absolutely toasted, and 1944, so it's been through a fire. And I found a bit of chain, which it has got like a clip thing on it, whether that was a back of a button or I'm guessing it's some kind of bit of a watch chain or something, but I don't know. Anyway, it's just a brass chain, but anyway, it's got a bit of a clip thing on it. And we're just down to our buttons now. Up the top there we've got some double ring edges, best ring edge, best solid eyelet, and this one is Saunders & Co of Melbourne. So if I can find anything about them, I'll put it on the screen. And we have got a few plain ones of different sorts, even a painted black one, and D. Morris of Ararat. I can't find any info about D. Morris of Ararat, short of contacting a more local historical society. The only mention I found of a D. Morris is in 1879. D. Morris of Ararat won second place in a flower show. So whether it's the same guy, I don't know. And our own make. So that is our buttons. I forgot one thing. Our silver. So here we have our silver, and apart from, you know, a bit of soap and water, I haven't cleaned that, so that's as it came out more or less, which is pretty nice condition. So 1881, little threepence. So I reckon that is a pretty nice coin. If you can get the right light on it so it's not shining up too much. Anyway, it's better, I think. So anyway, 1881 British threepence. So nearly forgot our silver. Just a little bonus section here of mystery items that have been solved. Now, quite often when you're metal detecting, you'll find things that you don't know what they are or you can't work them out. Such was the case with this little bit of a plate I found, but Gabby in the comments knew exactly what it was. So it is off an early car lamp or carriage lamp, and Louis Blériot made these lamps, and they were the first practical headlamps for cars. He was born in 1872 and died in 1936. He was an aviator, an inventor and an engineer, and perhaps most famous for his flight over the English Channel in 1909. So they were an acetylene lamp, and you can see here on the car the tank on the running board and the pipe running up to the lamps. And number 2 solved is this little hinged lid thing I found that I was calling a spice shaker and whatever else about 2 videos ago, and Oro Y Plata in the comments knew what it was, and it is the cap or the lid off an old German smoking pipe, and there's one here which is an example. So a big thank you for them for solving 2 mysteries, and we'll catch you next time.